everyone, happy Monday! Woo! Oh my goodness. Making sure. Oh, I put N and M. I didn't put M and M.
That's what you wrote?
My bad.
We're getting sloppy on the show.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's just another Monday.
Hopefully you'll know that it's us. It's not. There's no other N out there. I wonder if I can edit that well.
What do we got today? Green apple?
No, I gave you citrus, didn't I?
Oh, just looks. The color looks green apple, I guess.
I think.
Citrus.
Nope, I can't fix the title until we're done. Oh well. But yeah, no, taste.
N and M?
I put green apple
So
with.
which one of us is N?
I don't know.
So this one is green apple.
This one is green apple. I have. What?
The colors are pretty close.
Well, honey, they don't put artificial coloring, so.
Okay.
But I put the de-stress powder and the green tea and the.
Hey, Michael, Eli, Jarrett, John, Michael, Travis, Andrew, Jerry, Richard, Harold, and Prometheus Cat.
Yeah, everyone. Actually, okay, so let's start off. Would you like to tell everyone how you did last night? Probably not, but you tell me.
So starting with ESS, we did time trials as second overall. I was really proud of that. And Alex Bergeron was first, and he won the race. And I won the heat and started second in the feature, and I jumped the cushion and went backwards. So that was terrible. But also had racing on iRacing. It's so tight, it's so close. I had incident in the heat race. We were doing sliders back and forth with and you get in. I lifted, but I'm in the slick and I slid up and the other guy came down and we get together and he crashed and I felt bad.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was kind of me.
Yeah, but it doesn't do him any good. He's still mad.
No. What about, was that the second race or was that the first race?
That was the first race. Then the second race was World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. And we started, let's see, the first one was at Knoxville. World of Outlaws was at Eldora. And it's really tough to keep on top of the track conditions. They keep, the moderator changes the conditions as you go. They'll just reset the track, okay, water truck went out. And then you got 30 seconds to adjust your fuel setup, whatever, click, and get in the car, or else you miss the heat or the B main or whatever. But did okay. Qualified, I don't know, in the top 20. Started third in the heat. I think I was running fourth. And this time I was racing with a guy and he got me into the fence and I flipped and went to the back. And
so it wasn't a really good weekend.
No, it wasn't. But then I went to the D main, and I transferred to the C, but then I missed it by 2 spots in the C main.
But you did make money from the dirt track race?
Yeah, so the dirt track that I just raced on Saturday.
He did a lot of racing this weekend.
Went pretty well. Didn't go well at all. I think I only made it to the C main in that as well. But I was the first, believe it or not, I only made it to the C main. I missed it to the B main by 2 spots. And I was the first dirt modified driver because there's that many good iRacers in the mix. And I still got a bunch of money for that.
Yeah.
For being the first dirt mod guy.
So how about that race in South Dakota?
Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
So first of all, they put up the heat races on, you could watch them live on Facebook for free. And then to watch the feature, you needed to pay for the Speed Shift subscription. And at first, I think they were so overwhelmed with how many people signed up to watch and paid to watch that they were having troubles with the broadcast. At
Yeah, I
first,
just don't think the server was strong enough for
how
as many people.
You know, it's the only
wanted
race
to-
going on in the country, so everybody's watching, right?
Yeah.
Well, later I think they got it going fine, but I think that they would have had even more people pay to do it had they not had the trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it made you skeptical. Like, well, should I buy this? Because they don't even know if it's going to work. But they did offer. It was great of them to offer like a money back guarantee. Like if you had the trouble watching it, then you get your money back. You just had to email them or something.
I wish. I mean, I haven't really looked, but I haven't also seen if anyone did behind the scenes of no fans. All I saw was on track action. Did you see anything else?
I did not. I didn't see any pit areas panning or anything.
People are like, "Oh, there's fans in the stands," but really, it was
just like crew members and stuff because they went over there to see, so you could see them,
obviously.
and so they could be 6 feet apart when they sit in there.
Yeah.
But name slipping my mind. Who won? Brock Zierfoss won. So he
drove 19 hours for this race.
Right. And he looked incredible in the heat race to begin with, and the track was really tacky. His car was lifting the right front.
Didn't it look like? Wasn't it Aaron had it covered, or someone else?
Aaron Reitzel was up front to begin with in the feature, as well as somebody else had trouble.
Oh, it wasn't Logan, was it? No, I don't know. It was a white sprint car. That's all I got.
We're doing a great job covering this.
Yep.
But anyway,
I think it was cool.
He came up through and he had a fast car and he won. And I thought something that was really neat was Doug Wolfgang used to come from out west
over here
to win races in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And now we got
Brock
coming from Pennsylvania
going over there
to win in South Dakota.
What was funny was Mike was like, I wouldn't drive somewhere 19 hours for, what was it, 6,000? And I'm like, you sure about that? I'm pretty sure you would. Financially wise, it definitely doesn't make sense. But
in the middle of the season, no. But when it's the only race to go to,
yes.
Probably. If I had a sprint car,
people show up.
And it was sitting there ready to go,
you would have went.
I mean, it's like go to a test day for no money.
Mm-hmm.
Or you drive 19 hours and go for it.
Someone had told me that, I don't know what tracks are exactly, but that some of the smaller car tracks are doing practices this coming weekend. Mm-hmm. And they might actually start racing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about that?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Would you like to shine some light?
I don't know. I'm trying not to talk about it because I feel like the more people hype it up and talk about it, somebody will shut it down.
Mm.
You almost got to
nonchalant.
It's got to be an underground race if you want it to happen.
Okay, so I guess we're cutting it there.
That's just my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying
as soon as everybody makes a big deal out of it, here comes the government to shut you down.
Yeah, that's so true. That was wasn't it Lincoln and Port? No, it wasn't Port. Was it Lincoln that was racing? That got a few races in? Lincoln and Williams Grove. That's what it was. They got a few races in, and that's when the Pennsylvania governor was like, "Oh, we're not shutting racing down," and then 2 days later, we're shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So basically, we should not bring it to anyone's attention. Then we can actually go racing. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one. Okay, let's see. John Doe asks, "Do you use a fixed setup iRacing or do you set it up yourself?"
Both. So the ESS race, middle of the day yesterday was a fixed setup, but the World Outlaws allowed you to adjust the setup, so you pretty much have to try to be anywhere near competitive. The incredible thing is from 1st to 20th is within a 10th in time trials. That's how close everybody is. You never see that in real life.
No.
I mean, maybe within 7/10ths, that would be 1st to 20th.
Let's see. Art, Mandee, that was an awesome interview with your dad at Syracuse. I couldn't believe how long his hair was. Well, with this quarantine, I'm pretty sure he's growing it back to his 90s stash and hair. He's rocking that rocker 80s hairdo again. Yeah.
And the mustache.
It's coming back. Mm-hmm. Justin said, "Hey Mandee, I saw your dad's awesome interview with Smoke and Ray down in Charlotte. How do you feel when he opened up about your success in public?" I'm okay with it. I mean, I feel my dad's one of those, I don't know, help me out. What's the word for it? He doesn't praise everything that I do. So when he actually publicly tells people that he's proud of me, that actually means something. Because I mean, growing up, he'd tell me I'm doing a good job, but I never really, not until like my early 20s, did I ever really hear him like on the phone or telling a friend like, "Oh my God, my daughter's doing this," or "Oh my God, this." He doesn't say, "Oh my God," but you get the drift.
See, some people need their back rubbed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of a tougher person. I think it drives you to have like a stronger work ethic.
So when I get that appraisal every few years from my father, it means I'm doing all right. Every few years, I'm doing okay. John Doe, as ice cream experts, do you know of any butter pecan ice cream without the pecans? Why would you want butter pecan ice cream without the pecans? The nutty part's the best part. Mike doesn't like nuts, but I like nuts.
I don't want a pecan in my ice cream. Just it'd be like, it's like, why is that crud in there?
To give it that crunch.
Why do you want crunch? It's supposed to be ice cream. Cream.
Caleb wants to know, when is your next iRacing race?
I got my fingers crossed for Tuesday on Fox, I think, because they only take like
I thought
they only
Fox
pick 20.
Wednesday.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday now.
Yeah, and they only take 20 people, so hopefully I can get in that. And tonight at 7 is World of Outlaw Late Models. So.
Okay, so you're racing tonight and maybe Tuesday?
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty much every day. Mandee hates it.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I mean, it is what it is. Mike asked, Mandee, do you remember who your dad ran for NASCAR Truck Series in the 90s? Dick Greenfield? I'm pretty sure. I know Dick had the trucks and everything. I don't know if it was like financially put up from him, but it was Dick Greenfield in the 06.
I think
unless you're gonna.
They were bringing it up at the shop the other day that he finished 6th in a Truck Series race at Flemington.
Oh.
It's just like a
conversation.
Like, oh, he's run the NASCAR trucks as well as everything else he's run.
Let's see.
Or sorry, it's not on Fox. It's CBS Sports on Tuesday.
Oh, you've been corrected. Dang.
I just lost my shot there. I'm
out. And no Mike Mahaney there. Great job.
Oops.
Ely asks, how much time do you spend at the shop a day, Mike? Oh, well. About that.
It's usually from like 9 in the morning to about 7-ish. During this quarantine, minus
you're there
minus
Sundays also.
the hour and a half we're here doing this show and lunch. So I don't know, 8.5 hours on the quarantine deal.
Yeah, but
once racing starts, it'll be a lot more than that.
Yeah. Agreed. I mean, Saturday, we had quite a peaceful Saturday. We made a whole day of it. We got McDonald's. We went by the water. We sat on a bench like a romantic date eating our McDonald's away from humans. And then we went and found ice cream, and all the tables are all stacked up, so you can't mingle. So we had to sit on the curb next to my car and had our ice cream, and went and grocery shopping.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was our eventful Saturday. That's what our Saturdays turned to. Really weird, really weird.
Yeah.
I'm okay if we go back.
It was
to
nice to
normal.
get out though.
Yeah. I told Mike. Oh wait, Mike did make dinner. Made dinner. I'm giving
Last
you a
night
quote.
I made dinner.
So that would be my fourth meal I have not had to make in
The past
6
month.
weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Oh.
6 weeks. That's a lot. So Ryan said, just want to say thanks for giving me something relaxing on my lunch break to watch instead of staring at my boss. You are welcome. I'm glad you appreciate this time with us. And I'm glad we're a little more enjoyable than staring at your boss. Let's see. Nick asks, how many tracks and cars have you purchased for iRacing? You should be able to read that.
I can. It's a little bit. It keeps moving, so that's hard. But tracks and car, I've probably got 30 tracks and I don't know, 20 some cars. There's all different kinds. I mean, for asphalt, you start out in a Legends car, and then you get street stock, and you got the late model, and then there's the, like the Bush car and the Cup car and the truck car, and then you gotta have the tour mod. I mean, the pancake mod. So that's before they had dirt. So I bought all those cars just so I could play on it before they had dirt. And then when they got dirt, I stopped using those. And I only raced with the midget sprint car. And then the sprint car, you got to buy the 360 and the 410 and the 305. And then you got to get the wingless.
Is there a price difference in each division?
They all cost different prices, but there's bundles. Like you can buy the 305, 360, and 410 sprint for like $14 if you buy them all together. I think anyway. I don't remember, but when they came out, I was like, gotta have it.
So Mike Falcon asks, Mike, who makes the awesome RC sprint car you showed on? It was Saturday actually. On Saturday, and do they make dirt modifieds as well?
They don't make the dirt modified as well, as far as I know.
But what was the thing that my brother and I bought that you can get modified?
Oh, that is a much larger.
Oh yeah,
car.
but that's a
Mud Boss.
But that's a modified.
Yeah, you can get a modified Mud Boss, but it's a much larger car. It's a full scale RC car. Well, not full scale.
What about the sprint car? Who makes them?
I don't remember the brand.
Oh, good job. Great job.
They're Josh's sprint cars, and if you go back to the video, I think I showed the box for like half a second.
That was on Saturday. Andrew asks, Mandee, how do I get the strawberry protein mix? You're gonna want it. Oh my god, tell me, is it not good?
It's awesome.
Thank you. We ran out of strawberries. Can you pick up strawberries on your way home?
You want to put strawberry in the strawberry?
That's what I've been doing.
Oh, that's cool.
You can go on to mandeepauch.arbonne.com. We've got a couple bags just chilling.
There you go.
Right here. Yeah, and you can just go. I mean, really, you can just go on to arbonne.com and shop, and then at checkout, just type my name in as a consultant, and you'll be set. But if you do have specific questions, just reach out and let me know. But I love it. It's delicious. I'm obsessed with it. Super Dirty 63. Do you do any bird watching in the backyard? Well,
we have a bird feeder, but they don't like it.
I think the squirrel and the chipmunk scared the birds away, so they haven't come back.
We even have a corn on the cob picnic table for the squirrel.
He hasn't come back either. Only the chipmunks come back.
You should put bird seed on the picnic table. He'd probably come for that.
Probably would.
He likes to climb up the bird feeder.
Yeah. Jason White asks, Mike, what is the sponsor that you have on the hood of your car? I can't make it out what it says in pictures.
Sponsor on what?
On the hood of your car.
Oh, it's Skip's Racing. My friend Skip Seymour, who just passed away recently, has been a longtime supporter of mine and was a car owner of mine for me for a few years. and we still have his engine in one of our cars. So that's why I put him on the hood.
He's been with you for a while.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Let's see.
Really miss him.
Carrie asks, how much stagger do you run in your modifieds? Depends.
Anywhere from 5 to 8 inches,
Okay.
depending on the track surface. You run a lot when it's tacky, and you run less when it's slick.
Larry asks, do headers make a big difference in engine performance?
Headers, a lot. So headers are one of the most quickest and easiest ways to tune your engine to the track surface or the size of the track you're going to. Like, for example, when we go to a bigger track, we use larger tube headers that are shorter, and for a smaller track, we do smaller tube headers that are longer. And we get all our stuff from BA because he's phenomenal with their headers. If you've seen any of their products, they're awesome, and they fit really well. And tuning wise, he's got all different options on what sizes you can adjust the collectors, the tailpipes.
What happens if one gets cracked?
If one of the tubes gets cracked, well, you can weld them up, or you can replace that piece because they're the collector is just bolted to the primary tubes, and then the tailpipe's bolted to the collector. So if it's just if you cracked the one piece, you can just replace the one piece. You don't have to get the whole thing.
You don't call it a header and an exhaust. It's a collector and a whatchamacallit?
Well, yeah, it's if it was welded all together, it would just be a header and a tailpipe. But there's two pieces to the header. There's the primary tube, and then there's the collector where the tri-Y is. And so there's 4 tubes that get crossed into 2 tubes, and then they get crossed into 1 tube. And that's called the tri-Y. And BA designed that to that draws the air and actually sucks it out of the motor.
So is it only BA that does that? No.
The other people have done it, but I'm pretty sure it's his original deal. And it the one tube, as the air is flowing out of this tube, it helps suck the air out of the tube that's next to it, and that air flowing helps all of it come out, which makes more power. So there's a lot of power in tailpipes and headers.
Mike asks, as much as you change your oil in the big block, what kind do you use?
I get all my oil from Precision Hydraulic and Oil. Joe Infanti down in New Jersey is the supplier for me, and the Extreme Lubricants 5W50 is the oil of choice.
Thank you, sir.
Again, yeah, if you give Joe a call, you can get that oil. It's really good stuff.
Okay. Super Dirty 63 asks, Mike, could you see yourself mentoring a young driver and taking him under your wing? Taking everything you've learned and pass it along to grow the next generation.
Can I see myself mentoring a young driver? Yeah.
Ain't gonna be me.
You don't have. It has to be someone that really wants it.
Yes.
You don't. So, yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of factors that would have to be in place, I guess. You have to have the drive to want to do it, and the ability to figure out how to fund it, and there's a lot to make that happen.
I could see you doing that. You do offer help with people.
I try to help people all the time. There's only so much time to do that, but it does make me feel good to try to help people out.
Smart Chitty says, how long have you been racing modifieds? Did you run sportsman? Maybe we raced against each other back in the day.
Yeah, I ran Sportsman for like a year in, I don't remember what year it was. Oh, maybe it was 06, 05. I don't know. What was the other part of the question?
Just how long you've been running modifieds, and if you ran a Sportsman.
Oh, okay. So yeah, since then.
Okay. Speaking of tri-wide, Mike, in your experience, are they as tricky to fine tune to your motor as people say?
I don't think it's tricky at all. I think it's more like it's as easy as a gear change. Like if you feel like you need 10 more points a gear, you could, instead of changing the gear, you could go to a smaller header. Or if like you feel like the motor like doesn't top out at the end of the straightaway, you can go to a bigger header.
Mm-hmm.
If it needs more top end, you can. It's just deciding what the engine and the car needs for you as a driver.
So I know we've kind of touched base on this, but Larry asks, is there a reason why they run sail panels at some shows and not throughout the season?
I think it's just to like mix it up, something different for the fans, and somebody mentioned earlier that on here that it adds. It's another place to put a sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sometimes when it gets really, really slick on the racetrack, the sail panels can make the racing wider. It definitely doesn't help anything when the track's tacky. But
someone had asked somewhere, I lost it, but in our funny video, apparently there was an American flag in a window.
in a window?
I think that's what the question was. I can't find it, but they're wondering if it was a project. I lost it. If you have that question again, just repost it because I don't remember what it was. But do we have an American flag anyways? I don't think so.
We have
In your shop?
not in a window.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry. You might have to re-ask that question because I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Mike says, in your funny video, did I see Mike had a different pickup now? Did we show your truck in the video? You guys are really like
observant. Yeah. I don't have a different pickup.
No.
I don't have the cap on my truck anymore.
Let's see. Any new swag from Mike and Mandee from Ray? Negative and negative. I mean, I feel like we should probably get that order number so we can just send it to Hilbert and just get them printed when they can.
Yeah, we should reprint our shirts, and we're working on doing hats, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I'm stuck on what kind of design I want to put in my shirts for this year. If you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. And preferably, no offense, with some good ones. I've gotten some crazy ones that I'm like, I don't know who would want to wear that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Oh, thank you. Read some questions. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm gonna
Matthew asks, why do you see flames shooting out the exhaust on some cars and not others? The answer to that is the fuel mixture. So those flames are unburned fuel. When you're letting off the gas, there's still a bunch of fuel in the tailpipes that's burning, and it's coming out the back. So there's nowhere else for it to go. So I'm going to guess, I'm going to take a wild guess that it's just because the engine's kind of rich.
Oh, I see. I think they saw the simulators in American flag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a simulator.
The graphics on the simulator are American flag graphics.
The iRacing, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just an old Teal Pro car that somebody made into this.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Sim chassis.
Okay, Brody Can you answer Brody's question?
What are the differences in your oldest Bicknell in the shop and the newest Bicknell in the shop? What has evolved? So our oldest car is a 2014 and our newest one's a 2020. And there are not that many differences, really. That's what I like the most about those chassis is that all the parts on the 14 car would fit. I could strip that car and put all of them on a 2020 chassis if we ordered a new one for it. So, it can be updated really easily. The biggest differences in the new chassis is it doesn't have a rack because we're only going to run coil suspension on it. And not much else. I mean, pretty much all the same. Some of the other differences were like a low rack or a standard rack, which if you're not using torsion bars, it doesn't even matter. So without the rack in there, there's not any difference.
Well, thank you, sir.
And the other thing is that 2014 was really fast last year. We ran it at Super Dirt Week at the satellite shows, and I think we were third at Utica, and we were running up front at Brewerton. I broke the Panhard bracket and finished fifth. So it's still a fast car, even though it's 6 years old.
It's experienced.
Yeah.
So we've hit our time. Time to go make lunch. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's see. When are we going to see the tire changing videos? So I got to edit that. We did that yesterday. So there was no competition. It's just him giving me step-by-steps and me arguing him. So it was great. It was great.
Yeah. So this was a real tire that I'm going to use. And I had her dismount one and put another one on. So I was a little particular on how it was done.
Yes.
But I mean, if you're going to do something, you got to do it right.
Exactly. So. Better learn the right way. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back as usual tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Questions, comments, leave them. Let us know. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Would you like to end it?
Okay. See ya.
Bye.